All right, this executive order is about closing the Department of Education, and just as I have been telling you, it is nothing. I think he's just taking pages from his diary and making them executive orders. Like, we all knew your intentions with the Department of Education, dude. We didn't need it on official letterhead. This is true political theater. There are no concrete actions, no calls for an immediate shutdown, no calls for budget cuts or reallocations. It's just like a vague directive to the Secretary of Education to take steps towards closing the Department of Education without defining what those steps are. Like, we knew this. It's not new. It gives his supporters a win without requiring actual results. They will absolutely not follow up to see what comes of this executive order, and they can't read. Caroline will say promise is made and promise is delivered, and they'll say, look, he's getting rid of the Department of Education on Twitter. But this executive order has no actions. This keeps the outrage machine running. But if he actually wanted to dismantle the Department of Education immediately, he would need Congress to pass legislation shutting it down. He would need to redirect its $79 billion in funding, which states rely on to fund special education, low-income schools, and federal student loans. He would have to restructure how federal education laws are enforced because Title IX, IDEA, Title I, all these protections require federal oversight. But he's not doing that. He didn't put one plan in this. Because it's optics, it's not policy. This is for headlines and a talking point, not actual change. As ever, the most dangerous thing is the rhetoric being spread and what is already happening and what they want to do. What we're actually watching for is, one, congressional action, so bills that are not only introduced, but moving towards votes, which there are none right now. And two, the ways Trump and his cronies are currently weakening federal education laws now. They can reduce staff, add bureaucratic hurdles, or change the funding formulas that say how money needs to be distributed. They can also gut administrative functions. They can gut civil rights protections. They're already doing that, and they recommit to it in this order. But there's a lot of stuff they can't do without congressional approval, or they would have done it already. People who watch all of my videos are probably like, you say the same 5 things. I know. Linda was already going to be looking for ways to dismantle the Department of Education. Okay? It's hard to compete when the media is telling you to freak out all the freaking time. This is not new. This executive order, it does not change anything that was already happening. But that is where we are, folks. Happy Thursday or whatever.